It is officially fall. Is it too early to be wearing sweaters? Yes, actually, it was like 85 degrees today, but I've been in the house, so it is fine. And I'm just living my best life because fall is my favorite season, and I've got some incredible books I want to read this month to start off the cozy season. But before we get into that, I do want to say goodbye officially to all the fun summer reads. I had so much fun reading all these nice romances. They were just perfect beachy vibes, and I absolutely loved it. I just finished Every Summer After, and that was really good. But now I'm ready for something different. I'm ready for the genre to change, my hair changed, the season's changing. Like everything is building up to what we've got here. And we've got some really good ones. So let's start. If you guys watch my TBR cart video, you already know what's going on with this number one here. Yeah, we're watching Twilight. Not only are we watching the movies, but we are reading the books and we are listening to the soundtrack as we read every book and as we watch every movie. So I am so excited for this. I feel like this Twilight series is gonna be so nice. And if you loved it as much as I do, don't worry girl, I am gonna do it justice. I really plan on going all out for this series. So I'm very excited to start this off in this month. The next book in my list is, of course, an Agatha Christie book. This is And Then There Were None. If you're not familiar with the story, And Then There Were None is about 10 strangers who go to this deserted island, and there's a mansion on this island, and while they're eating dinner there's this recording that plays, and it says that each person has a secret, and then someone ends up dead. Crazy, I know, but it gets worse because obviously after someone dies, they kind of start speculating who did it, and now they don't trust each other anymore, and then they kind of start to go crazy, especially because more and more of them start to die. So I'm very excited to read this. I've heard nothing but good things about Agatha Christie. She is obviously like the queen of mystery, so I'm very excited to read my very first one. After And Then There Were None, I also want to read Frankenstein. Look at how beautiful this edition is. Can we just take a moment? Can we have a moment of silence for this? How cute. And I love the material it's made on. It makes me want to get more classics because I love that they redid all of them. It's so cool. If you're not familiar with the story of Frankenstein, let's read the back, or the little flappy thing. Dr. Victor Frankenstein never considers the consequences of his obsession. In his zeal to understand and harness the secret of life, he neglects his family and friends, isolates himself from the world, and ignores his own health. For years, he labors to create a new race of intellectual beings. He spends his nights scrounging human and animal body parts from graveyards, slaughterhouses, and animal dissection rooms. Wow, okay. By day, he experiments in his secret laboratory, learning from his mistakes and perfecting the creature who he believes will worship him as a god. Victor has some issues. But this hubris is not his sin. When he succeeds, Frankenstein is horrified by the ugly brutishness of the patchwork being he has brought to life. Rather than exult in his accomplishment, he runs from it, retreating to the comfort of long-neglected friends and family. Frankenstein has indeed created a monster, not by animating dead flesh, but by abandoning his creature. Now the monster is out for revenge. I have never read this classic. Obviously, we're all familiar with it, but that just sounds so freaking good. I'm very excited about this one too. The next book up is Finley Donovan is Killing It. Now this is a book I have wanted to read for the longest time. Everyone has said how good it is, how funny and witty it is, so I'm very excited to finally get to it. This book is about this mom. I'm pretty sure she's a single mom of 2, and she's also a novelist. And while she's writing like these mystery books, someone overhears the plot of one of her new books, and so they think she's an actual criminal, and they give her the job of like disposing of someone else's husband. And so she's wrapped up in this real world of crime while she's just a writer for like criminal books. And I just think that's such a cool take on mystery and stuff. So I'm very excited to read this. I hear it's very, very good. And honestly, I might just read this first because it feels like an easy way to ease into the thrillers and mysteries of this season. So I think we might read this first. But then it's Twilight. And last but certainly not least, it's The Maid. This is written by Nita Prose. This book, I bought this almost like 6 months ago. I've been meaning to read this for so long and I just haven't gotten to it. I think it's because I bought it around like spring of this year and it was still really cold and I meant to read it then, and then it went into the warmer months and then I was like, I can't read something like this. I need to read some romance and some beachy reads and stuff. So it's been on the back burner for a while. but now the season has come around again and we are definitely getting to it. Now, this book is about Molly Gray. She's a maid and she's really, really good at her job, but the only thing is she's kind of like socially awkward. She doesn't really get social cues and she doesn't have too many friends, but she's very, very good at her job. And she enjoys being one of the best in what she does. But one day she comes into work and she goes into one of the suites and one of the wealthy guests that are staying in the room ends up dead. And because she finds the room, everyone starts suspecting her as the actual murderer. And obviously she didn't do it, but she has to try to prove that she didn't do it. So this whole book is just her trying to prove her innocence, but she's not doing it alone. There are some friends that come along that also help her that she didn't even realize were friends. And I don't know, it just sounds so, so good. So I really want to read this. And all 5 of these books is what I'll be reading this month. I honestly cannot wait. I feel like this is the best mashup I've made in a really long time. Again, I think I want to read Finley Donovan is Killing It first. I think I'm gonna read this. And you know what? I think I'm gonna read Twilight last because all of next month I just want to read Twilight. So this will be a great transition to all of the October reads. So if I read Finley Donovan is Killing It first, then I'll read the Agatha Christie book because I really want to read that. And then I'll read Frankenstein because it just sounds so good. Then The Maid, and then obviously Twilight. This is the one I've been itching to read. It feels like Christmas, but I am going to wait to the end because I really want to do a cool series with this. So if you guys have any ideas for the Twilight vlog series that I plan on doing, please let me know because I really want to do it justice. Like, that is such a big part of my childhood and I know that I'm not the only one. So if you have any ideas, please let me know in the comments down below. And that's it for me, folks. This was a quick in and out. I just wanted to let you know what I'm going to be reading and I cannot wait to start. I love you so much and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.